What's going on, everyone? All right, so today I want to talk about license and how a product can be licensed and what can come from it. All right, before we get into it, as always, make sure to hit that subscribe. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Help your boy out and let's grow this channel. All right, so check it out. Look, a license. What is a license? A license is something that a company can allow, and it can rent their product to a third party. All right. Now, it can also be a part where the license itself can be extended, and it could also be, allowed for use for whatever, the contract specifies. All right. For example, look, I'm an indie filmmaker. All right. If I want to use a track from a specific artist or, whatever song it is, there's a license that I have to acquire in order, for one, not to get a strike, and they can let you use it online or whatever the deal is, right? And the same thing applies to movies. Let's say, for example, WB, since they own the rights and all the IPs of DC, all right, they license to Netflix a license so that they can stream their films for a certain amount of time. For example, like we're seeing right now, Batman versus Superman, Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad. What do? They work an agreement, they put it on a contract, and it says, hey, look, we want to license it for 90 days, which is 3 months. Or we want to license it for 60 days, which is, roughly about 2 months or so. But it all depends, what they want to work on and whatever it is that they're trying to license. And, it'll give you the rights for a certain time. It doesn't mean you own the IP, but you're renting it / leasing it / letting them borrow it for a certain amount of time, because in exchange they're paying you for that service, And this is the part that I want to talk about. A lot of people are saying, well, Netflix is never going to license the IP of DC and their characters, right? Now, let me correct you on that. Remember, not long ago, everybody was talking about it. Remember recently, everyone was saying that Netflix would not acquire the license to any of the DCU films. And here we are on Netflix watching these movies and, proving everybody wrong that we actually have them, and, it is possible. So with that being said, a license can be used for whatever reason, whatever contract that either party is trying to work on. And for this example that we're trying to talk about is Netflix can acquire a license to have certain IPs that WB can release under DC. For example, if they want to restore the Snyderverse, they can. The question is, will WB do it? That's the tricky part. That's why when Scott was saying that it's tricky, because when he says that it's tricky, he doesn't mean that it's going to be hard to do. It's always about money. Remember that. With WB, it's all about money. In this business, it's all about money. So the numbers do matter and they do count. This is why I'm saying we have to watch these movies to show WB that there's still an interest, there's a high demand, and people still are willing to pay to watch it. This is where Netflix comes into play. They can stream the movies, they can continue it because they're going to gain more subscribers, and that's going to give WB more of the royalties. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing like if these music streaming services, they play certain artists, they have to give a percentage because you're on their platform. The same thing with this, it would apply. So in the end, Netflix can acquire the IP, license for these characters. It's not that Netflix is going to buy them, is that they can do exclusive content, because in the end, of course, yes, WB owns the rights to these characters, but they can also lease them. This is why you have so many companies doing, toys and merchandise on a certain line. For example, when a movie comes out, you have 3 or 4 lines from different toy companies, or, t-shirts or whatever merchandise is coming out, exclusive to one line, because that's the license that they got for, So the same thing can come down to the movie. They get that license, put it on their streaming service, they make money, WB makes money, we're happy, it's a win-win for everybody, and we can get what we truly want. Very quick, very basic, nothing complicated to it. But what are your thoughts? Drop your comments, all that good stuff, and until next time.